Conversation is important, guys. Us collaborating and addressing issues is important. I feel like collaboration helps us in terms of problem solving. Together, we can achieve a whole lot more. You know that. Open conversation allows us as a community to come together. It allows us to brainstorm some ideas, share our experiences, and that way we can collectively find creative solutions. All of that is a combined effort. It's the combined effort that we make and that we have with each other that really make a real impact. You know, I see Tressa here. She has commented. She says, I'm mad about yesterday's decision, but I'm from a grandmother. You know, yesterday's decision, and she's talking about the Supreme Court, taking down the affirmative action as it relates to education. I know there's a whole lot of people disappointed. A whole lot of people disappointed. And there definitely is a larger conversation to have. And it's one that I would like to have specifically as it relates to that. But I would like to have that conversation with some people who knows a little bit more about law, who have probably read some of the documentation. I haven't had the opportunity to do that. So far, I've only been listening, and I haven't listened to a whole lot. But I mean, I heard the ruling. I watched a few people who I respect in terms of media to hear what pundits they brought on. And I tell you what would be a good idea, because there's not a whole lot of Black media that we have the opportunity to listen to, and certainly not within the cable system. So that's why I like this forum. That's why I'm happy that we have these internet streets. We've got this forum to share media. Now, there's a lot of people out here who are having conversations about it. But if you want to listen to some people who I feel like are really putting in the work in a media type of way, I would suggest that you listen to Roland Martin, Unfiltered with Roland Martin. I watched a bit of his live broadcast on yesterday, and I got to tell you, I really respect the perspectives that the pundits brought on. I felt like they were really people who could have this conversation, because he was talking to educators in the Black community, presidents from universities, professors, lawyers, and then he's credible. Now, whether people have a personal opinion about Roland Martin, whether they like him, whether they like how he delivers, that's a personal opinion. But we have to be honest with ourselves and say, listen, he is bringing Black media to us, and I feel like we need to support that. We do. So I suggest that you go over and listen to him. Another person who I listen to who brings good conversation is Karen Hunter. Now, I don't know if she's made or if she's had any conversation around this particular topic yet, but I'm sure she will. And she brings on a lot of good guests as well. So we've got to support those people. And there are good people out here. That's just two that I listen to, that I like, that I support. And we need to support, these people. We need to subscribe to their channels. We need to support them monetarily, because they're not getting what the bigger and larger media houses are receiving. You know that. And I'm not going to tell you what you should give, but I do know that giving does count. And you should do that. It's the least you can do. And if nothing else, you can go and you can subscribe and you can like and you can comment, because that helps too. And that's free. So you don't have to take $1 out of your pocket to go on YouTube or to go to their website and make sure that you subscribe. You don't have to pay a dime for that. But if you can give. You can give $1, give $4, give $10, $20. You can give $50, give $50. It takes a whole lot to bring media to you, to bring production to you. And I want you guys to understand that. Conversation and creating the conversation. And she says, I think that's a good topic, supporting Black media. Absolutely. People have no idea what it takes to bring media to you, and particularly on a good level. And like I said, what I like about Roland is because he's bringing people who are credible to you. He's going out here and he's getting these stories. He's not getting what the big media are getting from him. So I feel like the least we could do is support. I've heard so many people say that they don't like him. That's your personal opinion. I mean, I don't know him. I don't even know him to say that I like him, but I respect what he is doing. I know that it is for us. It is for a larger conversation to have. It's for us. This is news for us, by us. And if you want it, why wouldn't you support it? We got to support it. We got to. Support your local people as well. There might be people locally in your community who you see and you know are doing media, and you don't know what that takes because you might go online or you might go live every now and again, and that's okay, but they might be doing it a little bit different from you. They might be putting a little bit more into it. They are producing and curating conversations and making sure that they're bringing something of substance to you rather than just simply putting a camera in front of their face and freestyling it. We can do that. The opportunity is here for everyone to do that. But when you want more, we got to invest in it. We got to invest in ourselves, and we have to think about it that way. You dig what I'm saying? Professor here, she says, like you said, donations, like, share, subscribe. It's easy. It's easy. We can do some and a combination of all of these things. But if you just do one, even that helps. Every part of this helps. Every level of a donation will help, from $1 to whatever it is that you can extend. It takes a whole lot to run a production company. I'm a small fry, and it takes a lot for me. So I know what it takes for what I see Roland doing, and I'm not doing anything like what he's doing. It's certainly not comparable. And the reason why I don't is because of the cost of what it takes to do that. I very much understand how to do it. I very much could do it. But the cost of that, and I see him doing it and I want to support that. He's doing it. So I'm going to ride my lane and I'm going to support what he's doing. Yeah, I'm going to give a donation every now and again when I can. And I gave one on yesterday because I was listening to him bring this story to us as it relates to the Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action and the people that he brought on and the story that I was able to hear that no one else was doing. No one else brought the people and the panel that he brought, and they weren't interested in that. We needed to hear that story from that point of view. I'm not going to tell you guys that because you can go over to his channel. You can go over and view it because you view so many other things. I see we got Jamesa here in the building. How you doing, lady? Good afternoon to you. She says, good afternoon, everybody, in her comment. We're here talking today about open conversation, free to speak. Just how important it is for us to know that we've got to share open dialogue. That's the only way we're going to be able to address pressing issues. And that's the only way that we can figure out how to work out some of these injustices. Figure out issues like inequality, discrimination, human rights violations. We can tackle these things head on, but that's going to start with a conversation. That's why conversations matter. We got to take these conversations off and out of these internet streets and into our communities and put these thoughts and these conversations and solutions that we're able to come up with into action. Take the idea of the conversation from here and get in your community and have a larger conversation within your community so that you can figure some of these things out for your community, your immediate surrounding, your educational system in your community. There's a lot to be done. There's so much to be done. It seems like we just have to decide what we want to work on, what we want to be a part of. Because obviously everybody can't do everything, but we can all do something. And if you can ride your lane and you can hold on in your lane and still be useful in some other ways, then I feel like you're doing your part. We've got a lot that we got to do. Y'all see it. You see changes happening around you. You see changes happening around us. Are you talking about it? How do you think open conversations like this contribute to fostering an inclusive way of coming up with solutions? Does it seem like the larger society is interested in what you're interested in? If they're not, who are the people who are interested? Are y'all talking to each other? Or are people just kind of here complaining? Complaining. You see something on the news, you run into someone at the grocery store, and you say, "You heard what happened?" Or, "I can't believe so and so and so and so." And then you go back home and you get in front of your TV and you watch Wheel of Fortune. Or you go back home and you're sitting down and you're on your iPad or on your phone and you're scrolling and you're watching TikTok. Now you're still upset about the larger news that you heard on a very basic level. But what are you doing about it? Is that conversation that you're having just a surface conversation? We got to do more. We got to do more. We got to. Free speech, as simple as it sounds, and I don't know if I should, and I don't know if even that's the right thing to say, not as simple as it sounds. We know that we have it. We know that we have it. How are we using it? Do we know